Hello, listeners, and welcome to another exciting episode of our podcast. I'm your host, Bertunes, and joining me as always is our friend Icaro. How are you today, Icaro?
What's up, Bertunes? Excited to dive into the rich history of the ancient Olympic Games with our special guest today, Nicholas.
Absolutely. And speaking of our guest, please you all give a warm welcome to Nicholas, a renowned historian and expert on ancient civilizations. Nicholas, it's a pleasure to have with us today.
Thank you, Bertunes and Icaro. It's an honor to be here and share my knowledge to a such fascinating topic.
Ah, nice. Let's jump right in, okay? Nicholas, could you give our listeners a brief overview of the origins of the ancient Olympic Games?
Certain Bertunes, the ancient Olympic Games trace their roots back to approximately 776 BC in Olympia, Greece. These games were dedicated to the Greek god Zeus and were held every 4 years, marking the beginning of the Olympiad.
Olympia sounds like an incredible place. Can you describe for us what it was like during the ancient games?
Olympia was not only a site of athletic competition, but also a hub of religion and political activities. Majestic temples, beautiful monuments, and treasures decorated the landscape, creating an atmosphere of mystic and grandeur.
Fascinating! Now, let's talk about the mythology surrounding the games. What are some of the histories that attempt to explain their origin?
And mythology is correlated with history when it's come to the ancient Olympics. Historians attribute the founding of the games to figures like Heracles and Zeus himself, reflecting the importance of religion and divine intervention in ancient Greek culture. The origin of the Olympic Games are uncertain, but it's usually spoken that it was a celebration to Zeus.
Interesting. The Olympic truce is another intriguing aspect of the ancient games. Could you tell us more about it?
Of course, Icaro, the Olympic truce established in the 9th century BC, allowed athletes, artists, and pilgrims to travel safely to Olympia, promoting peace and unity among Greek city-states during the Games.
Now, let's shift our focus to the athletes. What were the criteria for participating in the ancient Olympic Games?
Initially, athletes had to be male of Greek origin and freeborn. However, after Rome's conquest of Greece, Roman athletes were also permitted to compete. Women, slaves, and foreigners were generally excluded from participation.
It's incredible to think about the range of sports in the ancient games. Could you give us a glimpse into the athletic competitions of that time?
Certainly, the ancient Olympic Games featured a variety of sports, including running, wrestling, boxing, parkrun, that is a form of martial arts, equestrian events, and the pentathlon, which combined running, long jump, discus, javelin, and wrestling.
Wow, very cool. But we can't forget about the rewards for the victories. What awaited the Olympic champions at the end of the competitions?
Winning athletes were immediately rewarded with palm leaves, ribbons of red wool, and olive branch crowns. They were celebrated as heroes upon return to their hometowns and often received lifelong privileges and honor.
Finally, let's touch on the ends of the ancient Olympic Games. What led to their eventual abolition?
The Games faced a period of decline after Rome's conquest of Greece and Emperor Theodosius I's decision to abolish pagan cults in 393 AD marked the end of over 100 years of the ancient Olympics.
Yeah, truly a captivating journey through history. Thank you, Nicholas, for sharing your experience and expertise with us today.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Nicholas, for enlightening us on the legacy of the ancient Olympic Games.
It's been my pleasure, Bertunes and Icaro. Thank you for having me upon this show.
That's all, guys. See you later. Bye.
See you guys.